Alright, here we go. I got some mushrooms here. Looks like either Lactarius balamus or Lactarius hygrophoroides. Let's see. Okay, this is Lactarius balamus. Lactarius hygrophoroides. You can tell because the gills are distantly spaced apart. It's a little cracked because it's been dry. The humidity's been fluctuating between dry and humid. And here's a smaller version of one popping up. This one you can see is a little wormy. I'll leave this one there because I'm not going to eat that one because it's kind of gross. I'll leave that one there. Take this little tiny one here. You can see the gills are distantly spaced. These ones are kind of bad looking. I'm going to leave those. That way I'm sure they'll come back every year. Here's another one. This is a nice prime example. Same kind of thing. Kind of like wrinkled on top a little bit. I cut them off instead of breaking them so they'll come back. You see the latex droplets. That means it's lactifluus or Lactarius. Lactifluus is the new group. Lactarius is the old group. This one's looking pretty nice. Looks like it might have a little bit of bugs, but not much. Copious amounts of latex there, distant gills. That'll be a good one. They like under oak trees. They're mycorrhizal, meaning they grow with the oak trees. That's a real nice one. Some little oranger, you can see it. I didn't even touch it, and it's exuding the latex. Make sure that they have latex and that they're growing out of the ground, leaf litter, not off of wood. And they should be growing under oak trees. I think sometimes pine trees. Alright, this is some kind of white mushroom. I think it's some kind of bolete or something in the group, which it is. I'm thinking, not exactly sure. It's not actually a bolete. It's probably like a Arioboletus, or there's a couple other ones I can't think of the name of right now. I'll leave it in the comments once I look into my book, figure out what I think it is. It's probably edible. I'm not sure. I'm not going to eat it, but I am going to take it to identify it, and I'm pretty sure this will be an easy one to identify. It's got, can't really see, it stains kind of reddish. It's starting to turn kind of orangish in real life. And just broke it open. See if it turns blue or anything, which I don't think this one's going to. It looks like it's a nice specimen, probably edible. I'll see if I can identify it and let you know. Alright, here's another lactifluus, probably hygrophoroides, yep. Distant gills, kind of peach-colored stem, orangish cap. They get more upturned in age. This is a young specimen with enrolled margins. You can see on the previous one here that it starts to turn up more like a funnel once it gets a little older. Still got the latex. Look at the color variation. It's a little oranger on the one on the right. A little more peach color than the one on the left. Stems are always close together. There are some lookalikes of those, but they're the ones being Lactarius balamus, which is edible, and then Lactarius corrigus, which is also edible. And I can tell them apart. That those would be the closest lookalikes with those if they have white latex. Here's another group of some. I think these are the same thing. They're growing in the same area. And they definitely are, as they get older, the gills get kind of wavy. I'm going to eat these for years. Lactarius hygrophoroides. There's another one back there. See if I can get to it. When you take these, make sure to try to get as much dirt off of them before you put them in your bag or whatever, because this one's a little off center because it's grown under a flower pot. Still got the latex. Still got the distance space gills. You just get the dirt off of them so that, because that latex will dry on there like glue and they won't be good to eat, be sandy. Now here's a couple. You can see how they have, the one on the right has more of a yellowish color as compared to the peacher one on the other side. Still have those kind of wrinkled edges around the outside, and the kind of little bit of the zonation there. But they're the same mushroom. At least if they're different, it's genetically different. They're really the same mushroom. I mean, if it is, it's a group of edible ones. And you can see here's another one. It looks like it's slightly different. These are all the same mushrooms. They're different stages of development, and they're all grown on the same farm, not under the same trees. But you can see the coloration. They do have variant on the coloration, but they're pretty close. They all bleed white latex and distant space gills, and they grow kind of in leaf litter. Here's one growing in leaf litter under an oak tree. You can see it's barely breaking through. And I try and cut them off and don't damage the mycelia. And I think some people call these wrinkled milk caps because they have the wrinkled around the edge. I always like to carry them in a little net. That way when I walk around, I can drop the spores on the ground, and I make sure that they continue to proliferate the area for years to come, because I like eating them, and the last thing I like to do is to wipe them out by killing the mycelia. Now here's an interesting one that I need help identifying. This is some kind of agaricus. It's growing out of the ground in an open field. It does have a ring. It's got a pink underside. It's starting to develop kind of chocolatey kind of spore print, a little bit purplish. It's got like a kind of almost a bell shape, but not quite, around the outside. Now, I'm not huge on agaricus mushrooms. I haven't really eaten many of them. I've heard some people tell me these are called pink unders and that they're edible as long as they don't bruise yellow. I'm not sure, but I will keep this one to try to identify it. I'm not going to eat this. If there's anybody that has any luck, this is in Florida, so there is, I'm sure there's edible agaricus mushrooms in Florida, and I've actually seen somebody eat this one specifically, but that doesn't mean anything to me. I like to know what it is before I eat it. If anybody knows what it is, please comment. It'll be greatly appreciated. Now here's a mushroom. It looks similar to the lactarius ones that I've been picking, but it's not the same. You can see it's more browner gills. It's got more of a lilac kind of colored, brownish stipe. Let's see if I can get it focused in there. But I'm not sure what they are. There's another one that's a little bit bigger. I believe these ones will latex a little bit, but I'm not sure. Let's see, I just cut it a little bit. Yeah, it looks like there's a little latex there. So, very scant. It's almost not even recognizable. It's almost not even there. But if anybody knows what these are, nothing I would eat, but nice to find out what they are. And this is another one. It's the same. It looks a lot like the ones that I just showed you. I'll show you the difference. This is a little bigger one. Okay. So yeah, it does have latex. You almost can't see it in this video, but it's very scant. It's it's like clearish looking. It's almost not even existent. It's barely there. You can barely see it. But notice, get a couple different ones here so you can see. So from the top, they look similar. They look a little different. From the bottom, this one's definitely got gills that are decurrent, run down the stem, attached. Distant space, white latex, copious amounts of white latex, distant space. And this one's a little more brownish in color. It's still kind of orangish on the caps. It looks real similar color on the caps, but it's a little different. And the color variation, you can see the color variation, the gills are just different. So I'm not sure what the one on the left is, but it is not lactifluus hygrophoroides or lactifluus volumus, and it's also not lactifluus corrugus, or the corrugated milk cap. But if anybody knows what it is, I'm thinking maybe lactifluus rubidius, but I mean, I'm not really sure. I'm in Florida. It's got a slight smell to it. It'd be great to know, but do not eat that one unless you know what it is. I do not know what it is, so I will not eat it. It's a little bit smaller than most of the wrinkled milk caps there. Now these look to be, these are very small chanterelles that have something going on with them. They're kind of weird on the top. Oops, I broke that one open. Let's see it. Yep, these are chanterelles of some sort. It's not gills. It's veins. The current run down the side. They fork. It's very tiny. But see if those get any bigger. They look kind of weird, like they're pockmarked or something. Maybe too much moisture, and there's a couple more small ones popping up there. I don't know if you can see all these mushrooms. These are more kind of look-alike mushrooms. These are not the same as the ones I just showed you, but these are probably some kind of mycena. I'm not sure what these are. I think they're a marasmus or mycena or something. If anybody knows, please let me know. They don't have any latex or anything. There's a lot of them here. They kind of smell like garlic a little bit, but I know it's not the garlic marasmus. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Somebody help me out. Here's another one. Wrinkled milk cap, aka Lactarius hygrophoroides. Distantly spaced gills. Latex. See it there, white latex, doesn't stain brown or anything. Here's another one. Got some zonation going on around it. Now the key with any of these mushrooms is you don't pick every single one of them. Let some stay. It'll kind of help proliferate everything, and you'll have more mushrooms in the years to come. You'll be happier with it. Now, here's one more. Let's see. similar to the one earlier, agaricus. You can see this one's spores are dropping, starting to turn the stem more pink. It does have the ring still.